Our friend Praveen is here. Praveen, how are you? And Cat and Jack. Cat and Jack says Yogi. How are you, Cat? It's nice to see everyone. Um, just going to bring up the desktop very quickly. A little easier to read your comments. Then I think we're going to do some reading. Is there anything that you guys want me to read? Favorite poems, favorite spiritual passages, favorite quotes? Favorite quotes from A Course in Miracles for those who have followed A Course in Miracles. I also want to continue our discussion we had yesterday on forgiveness. I want to say right off the bat, and I'm going to reiterate this quite a few times in this conversation and in every following conversation that I have. He says, so, sir, me and Cat and Jack, both waiting for you. Well, thank you for waiting. I appreciate that. Sorry I was a couple minutes late. So what I really want to reiterate is the forgiveness that I talk about here in every conversation and the entirety of my channel. Hey, Brian. Brian, how are you? Brian says, still Eric. Wish everyone a best day. You too, my friend. The entirety of it is forgiveness as presented through A Course in Miracles and related spiritual traditions, most notably Buddhism as well as yoga, although they don't entirely match up, close enough that we get the point across. Everyone comes in with their own view on forgiveness, and it's largely based upon beliefs that they've been given through religious traditions, through the media, parents, or a egoic perspective. Key word there, perspective. Forgiveness as presented through A Course in Miracles is saying we are no longer worried or concerned about the perceived. We're not perceived about the form. We want to go straight to the content. And it's the content that's important. And it's the content that's recognized. And in that recognition, that form changes, that form can be hurt, that form is vulnerable, yet the formlessness, the content, is untouchable. This is what our friend Cat and Jack called the God spark. Beautiful description. That cannot be touched. That's what we're recognizing in another. And in recognizing in another, we're able to recognize it within ourselves. Brian says, I'm good. Letting the turtles walk around now. We'll probably do a short live workout before work. What time's that, Brian? We'll be on the lookout for you. Cat says, it's okay, Yogi, you're allowed to do life. I appreciate that. Let's see. Praveen says, have a great day at work. To Cat. Brian says, how's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good, Brian. Jamie says, hey, Yogi. What's up, Jamie? Hey, Toy Pups. Toy Pups says, hi, Yogi, and hi, Chat. Hey, did you go live this morning? Did I just miss you? I didn't see any notifications. I always try to be on lookout for my favorite people. Our friend Kay Renee. Kay Renee's Garden. She is live. And I don't know if you guys are friends with Foxy the Enthusiast. He is live. Got a Cat and Jack. You did a 3.5 hour live stream and I missed it. How did that happen? As well. Hey, our friend Amanda, Amazing Amanda, she is live. Anyone would like to go hang out with Amanda? It won't hurt my feelings. Flip Up says, "No, I didn't go live. Thank you so much. Good. Well, I'm good. You didn't go live because I'm glad I didn't miss it." Brian says, "Well, the next 20 minutes. I appreciate it." So Brian's going to be live in about 20 minutes, guys. If you've never witnessed Brian Lane do burpees, you're missing out because he is one of the most powerful burpee practitioners out there. Power to spare. As well, he's always dropping little bits of insight and wisdom. Brian and I shared quite a bit in common, and I consider him to be a good friend. I'm able to talk with him a bit off of YouTube as well. We got some love from Praveen. Flip says I'm a bit under the weather. I'm sorry to hear that. Flip says Cat Jack is still alive. No, I see a video for her, but not the live stream. I haven't seen Cat live before. That would have been something. I'm sorry to have missed that. Hey, Austin. Watch hours is now 9:64. You will be 100 by Monday. Flip says, well, congratulations. You'll be 1,000 by Monday, for sure. Flip says, Austin, keep making shorts to up your hours. I try to do a 1-hour video every week. Brian says, well, I share it because it also helps feed myself, but I figure it's good to share. It is good to share, and that's a very important insight. You know, Flip says she's a lot of fun, Yogi. I'm gonna make sure I catch the next one. I hope. Austin does a new sleep stream. Yeah, that's an important insight, Brian. This is a whole basis. Sorry. The beard might have to go soon. Not completely. Going to turn it into a goatee. You know, the whole basis of the Course in Miracles is that, one, we teach what we most need to learn. And so we're all teachers. We're all teachers of God. We're all teachers of love, teachers of forgiveness. And two, that we can only gain the insights and wisdom by recognizing them in another. That's what Brian's doing right now. That's what he means by sharing it out. When you share it out, you recognize it within yourself. Praveen says, Toy Pups, thanks a lot. I too love all. That's why I'm eager to join you on Yogi's sort of live stream. Yeah, Toy Pups is full of all kinds of helpful information and knowledge, not just on YouTube, life itself, emotional health, well-being. Excuse me, guys. Brian says, yeah, it will be shortly, Eric. It's much appreciated. Absolutely. I see Mary's Gigs is live as well. So just a couple things real quick. You guys heard me talk about the 3 gates. It's been attributed to Rumi. It's been attributed to Sufis in general. It's been attributed to Buddhism. I think I first read it from the author I'm going to read through now, Eknatheswaran, who was a great Indian meditation teacher. He came from India to the United States in the Fulbright Scholarship in 1958, taught at the University of Minnesota. He came from Southern India. That was a big, big difference, guys. And then, hey, Sangahan. And then he ended up teaching in Berkeley. He taught English literature. But he also taught the Christian mystics, Buddhist mystics, Sufi mystics, as well as he wrote a book on Gandhi. And he translated the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. For me, he was a very important meditation teacher. I didn't meet him, but I studied his meditations teachings for quite some time. I've talked about it. And this is the important thing I want to talk about, the three gates. Kat says it's 1:11, had a really good time getting to know Toy Pups, T, and Specs. It was lovely. Past your bedtime, Yogi. I can always reveal. Let's see if I missed anyone. Kat says, and the chickens are alive on a windy afternoon right now. I'm heading out. Well, take care, Kat. Song ahead says, hi, Kat and Jack. And I missed you, Puppet Mommy. So you guys heard me talk about the three gates. In Buddhism, it would be likened to right speech. Let every thought and every word pass three gates before you say it. The first gate, we ask ourselves, are these words true? Simple. Are these words true? If so, let them pass on. If not, they go back. If they're not true, why say them? Not that you suspect that they're true, not that you think they're true, not that you hope they're true, not that you partially believe it. Are they true? Can you absolutely know that they're true? If so, they go to the second gate. If not, don't even worry about them. The second gate, we ask, are they necessary? Our words may be true, but it doesn't follow that they have to be uttered. They must serve some meaningful purpose. Do they clarify the situation or help someone? Or do they strike a discordant or irrelevant note? So the first gate, is this true? The second gate is it necessary? Just because I want to say something, just because I want to glorify my ego, just because I want to feel self-important, is it necessary? Does it have to be said? That's the second gate. All of these are supposed to give us pause, just for an instant. Song ahead says, I was feeling good today because my grandparents' dog wasn't doing it. Let me get into the desktop. I wasn't feeling good today because my grandparents' dog wasn't doing good, but he got medicine. He's doing better now. Hey, I'm glad he's doing better now. That's awesome, Song ahead. Flip Up says, that's a great question. Are these words true? Flip Up says, Jamie. So the third gate. Remember the first gate? Are these words true? Is this thought true? It's an important self-inquiry question. The second gate. Are these words necessary? Does it serve a purpose? Is it helpful? Does it clarify? The third gate. And I think this is, hey, Sue, I think this is the most important gate. At the last gate, we ask, are they kind? If we still feel we must speak out, we need to choose words that will be supportive and loving, not words that embarrass or wound another person. All of us understand what blows can do to someone, but we do not realize that words can create a more painful injury, one that can last for many years. Nor do we understand the terrible destructive impact words can have on the consciousness of the person who uses them. Are these words true? Are they necessary? Are they kind? Three gates before you say anything, in a meaningful conversation. If you're sitting around talking football, you don't have to, along those lines. But if you're having a meaningful dialogue with someone, or you're, trying to create a conversation on YouTube with someone, is what you're about to say true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Imagine how much suffering we would save ourselves and others just by those three gates if we practice. What do you guys think? Everyone's saying hi. Yogi says, I'm sorry, Praveen says, Yogi, sir, in your past 12 minutes, 3 live ads popped up on my screen. Nice. Tip says, is this thought true? Thoughts are words. Is it true? Are these words necessary? And the third, are these words kind? Absolutely, Tip. There's a reason why, Buddhism is concerned with enlightenment, reaching nirvana. Buddha said his first 2 noble truths. Life is suffering. It was actually mistranslated. In Pali, the original language of the Buddha, he said dukkha. Life doesn't have a real English translation, that it is inherently unsatisfying, transient, and that we suffer because we cling to the transient. Hey, trending. What's up, Jace? Give me 1 second. So we're going to be wandering a bit in our conversation. The 4 noble truths of Buddhism: the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, and the truth of the path to the end of suffering. The Eightfold Paths of Buddhism is a path of wisdom, ethics, and meditation. Right speech is one of them, a very important one. Right thinking, right livelihood. Hey, Anna. Anna says, hi, Yogi and everyone. Nice to see you. Hey, Abigail. Abigail is doing wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. A lot of people, me included, decades and decades and decades ago, never got past the first noble truth. Life is suffering. Great. What more do I need to know? Why do I need to know that? But it's when we dig in deeper and that we are given the reason why, the truth about why life is suffering, because we cling to that which is impermanent, including our thoughts, including our beliefs. That life is transitory. How do you cling that which is always in motion, that is always changing? And then if you are, inclined towards Buddhism, you have the practice of the Eightfold Noble Path. Me, I always felt more inclined to yoga, very closely connected. Yoga is a path to escape suffering, a little bit different than Buddhism. Buddhism is an offshoot of the yogic path, by the way. Praveen says, yes, sir, I have something to tell you. Kat says, this is a great reminder, Yogi. And when I look at my own actions, I have to forgive myself. And that's so key. And we're getting back to that. We're going to get back to talking about forgiveness. Now that we have a few more people and they were in the chat yesterday, I want to again reiterate that the forgiveness that I talk about here is forgiveness as taught through Course in Miracles and yoga. So it might not match up with the thoughts that you've had about forgiveness yourself. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. What I'm trying to do is show you what has given me no small amount of emotional freedom, of nothing less than an awakening. Not the awakening, but enough that continues me on the path. And it gives me so much joy. Forgiving 24/7, moment by moment by moment. Forgiveness, again, is recognizing that that which we think is happening isn't truly, truly happening. We think we're being attacked. Is that person thinking that they're attacking you, or does that person think that they're defending themselves? There's always another perspective. Perception's always different, and it belongs solely to us. And then we project it out into the world, and it mingles with the projections of everyone else, and we live in a misperception. Lesson 193 of A Course in Miracles says, forgive and this will disappear. Anything that's bothering you, forgive and it will disappear. The troubles of the world, every single one of them, from starving children to warfare, forgive collectively, but the collective starts with you. Forgive and it'll disappear. Do you want to end war? You can pick up a sign and you can march in the streets and you can do that endlessly and they'll never stop a war. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll postpone one. But we've never protested our way out of anything. The war on hunger has not worked. The war on drugs has not worked. The war on crime has not worked. The war on war doesn't work. Here's the only thing that's going to work. Change your mind and the world will change. But it begins with you. Again, the collective is made of individuals. In truth, there are no individuals. We're an us. We're a verb. We're not nouns. Hey, Eve. Eve, my friend, how are you? Let me bring up Eve's channel real quick. Eve is at 6.7K subscribers. Climbing. 10K by summer. Guys, anyone here not subscribed to Eve? Two things. Only two things off the bat you need to know about Eve. She is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. She has a beautiful channel. Two things. Tip Up says, is it me that needs forgiveness for letting affects me? Yes, it is. Because there are no others. As Ramana Maharshi said, when he was asked by his followers, how do we treat others? And he smiled and said, there are no others. Now, you also want to forgive. We're forgiven across the board. We're forgiving the perception that we have about another. Because we don't know what's going on with them. We've projected all of our fear, all of our stress, all of our discontent, all of our anxiety, all of our issues, all of our sadness and depression. We've projected it all upon another, and they act a certain way, and then we say, how dare them? How dare they? Thing is, how dare we? We're the one who projected it. When we own it and we forgive that we didn't see the innocence. We're never forgiving the form. We're never forgiving the action. We're never forgiving the perception. We're going straight to the heart of the matter. We're saying, I see you. I see who you truly are. I'm not recognizing your mistakes, although I know they're there, and I will avoid them from here on out. But I see that you are not your mistakes. I see that you are something greater and grander. And in recognizing that in you, I have to recognize it within myself. So we're both forgiving. There's only God present. There's only love. Conversely, I look within and I see I'm not my mistakes. All this stuff that I thought was happening, it's not really happening. When I recognize my own true innocence, Adam sleeping in the garden, never being kicked out, still dreaming. When I recognize that, I have to recognize it in another person. So all this time I've been struggling, that I've been thinking all this stuff is real and it isn't. And that includes all the stuff that you've been doing that I've been blaming you for. Man, let's just let the whole thing go. Let's just love each other, even if we have to love each other from what seems to be a safe distance. Does that help, Toy Pups? Sepa says, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. So this is what lesson 193 of A Course says when it says, forgive and it'll disappear. You perceive things differently. Hey, Eric. Eric, how are you? Anna says, I subscribe. Eve, nice. Hey, Brian. Brian says, so friends, greetings, Yogi. Greetings, our friend Brian. Hey, Jim Rat. Jim Rat says, Yogi, what's up? Oh, here's the story, guys. Praveen says, hey, sir, today at work when I was, he told me this morning. doing patrolling and border in areas with my other soldiers. He was patrolling, guys. Suddenly I started singing the viral song, Yogi, Yogi, Yogi. Everyone was shocked and was asking, are you okay? Abigail says, hide a fact. Jason Serene, that's awesome. You have to show them the video. Did you make one? Why am I missing that? Let's rectify this. Let's see. Therese says, yes, sir. Later after duty, I told them from where I learned that viral song. That is awesome. Can you imagine being on patrol, an entire platoon with you, and you break out in a Yogi, 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 Yogi song? Jay says, oi, oi, silly my boy. Everyone is saying hi. Abigail, eating popcorn. Plain popcorn? You got anything on the popcorn, Abigail? Hey, Batgirl. Batgirl says hi, Yogi. We got some love from Eve. Butter. Here in the state of Maryland, it is almost mandatory to put Old Bay. Are you guys familiar with Old Bay? On your popcorn. I don't. Old Bay is basically flavored salt. But man, everyone else does. Hey, Runner Boy believes he is less than 100 hours away from watch hours. So if anyone wants to run some playlist, Runner Boy, I have him up as we speak. My second video of the day for him. Plus, I watched his earlier live stream. So I mentioned this before. If we never got past the introduction of A Course in Miracles, I think that might be enough. Just going to read part of it. The Course, meaning the Course in Miracles, does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. Your natural inheritance is love. You can say love is synonymous with God. Love is synonymous with consciousness itself. Love is not the ego. That's key when we get to the next part. The opposite of love is fear. But what is all encompassing can have no opposite, meaning fear is an illusion. The Course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. If in any way anything threatens you, if your ego is being offended, it's because the ego is threatened. If the ego is threatened, it can't be real, as nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. So that's forgiveness. Forgiveness is seeing through that which is not real. If in any way anything ever makes you feel threatened, it is based on fear. Fear is the seeming opposite of love. Love is who you are. We're always returning back to the reality of love. Always. It is also why we keep stressing kindness. Kindness as a complete spiritual path. Because the ego doesn't want to truly be kind. The ego wants to negotiate kindness. I will be kind to you when I see what's in it for me first. That I will give this to you if I'm assured that I will get something in return, even if I haven't stated it. I have the belief. Surely, if I help this person, I'm going to get something back, which isn't true kindness. Kindness is the extension of love. Love is meant to be extended. The ego projects, love extends. In our heads, in our mind, we have two teachers every single moment. One is the ego, which speaks first and always speaks loudly and is always wrong. The second, the true voice, reality, is love itself, or the Course calls it the Holy Spirit. You could call it Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Buddha consciousness, Brahma, or connection, the source, the Tao. Doesn't matter. But that voice is always soft. It's always quiet. It is always joyful. It always has a lilting laugh beneath everything that flows from it. And it is always right. The art of forgiveness is choosing the right teacher. That's it. Simply it. The art of kindness is choosing the right teacher. And in every moment, you have that possibility. Which teacher do you want to learn from? The ego keeps you immersed in the egoic world, which is the world that Buddha said is suffering. The voice of the Holy Spirit or love of your greater self might be even a better way of saying it. The voice of your greater and truest self, the voice of love, leads you away from the suffering of the world to the peace that never passes. Something like that. Hey, Miss Flipper. How are you, my friend? I'm going to catch up with you guys here. Praveen says it was a lovely moment today at work. Thanks for the viral song. Yeah, I love when that happens, Praveen. You got to love when that happens. Like you said, just a lovely moment. And I bet you, hey, Sweating and Smiling, I bet with all the stress that you're under and being in the military, a moment like that is a joy for everyone. Lima says, I love this channel. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate hearing that. Let's bring Loma's channel up. It is nice to see you. I wanted to make sure, I knew I was subscribed. I wanted to make sure 100%, and I am. Everyone's saying hi. Hey, Maui. Maui87 says, hey. Hey, Debs. Lurker Dev, listening and agree 100%, Yogi. It's nice to see you, my friend. Chris Ripper says, on the mend. Try to see a planetary lineup and think I saw a 5 out of 7. Well, Brian says, Miss Flipper, hello, hello. Brian and Miss Flipper were in my original 5 a.m. crew. Both of them sort of stumbled across the channel. A gift to me from the algorithms just brought him here. Eric Lapointe was a gift from the algorithms as well. And they somehow managed to stick with me ever since. I think through gritting their teeth and sheer willpower. Let's see. Praveen says, true sir, 100% correct. Everyone laughed. So that was a nice little gift that you offered them, Praveen, breaking the stress like that. Sweating and Smiling has sub to Maui. Mr. says, what's best is accepting the gifts. We all gifts to one another. I agree. And what's best is accepting the gifts. Deb says, stepping away from YouTube subs and finding new ones about spirituality. It depends on the day, state of mind. Negativity, bad now, because I work people's problems like a goat. You are empathetic, an empath. And that is tough. I would imagine it is especially tough practicing forgiveness when you are deeply, deeply empathic. Jay says, I've been through 3 beards since I've known you. So much hair and still bald. It's because you're growing it in the wrong spot, man. You're growing it on your face. You got to concentrate on the top. Miss Ripper says, sending New York Debs good vibes. Hey, Debs, first off, thank you for that, Miss Flipper. And Debs, joining in with Miss Flipper, this is for you, my friend Debs. That is the bell of healing, the bell of prayer, the bell of love. We got 2 of them here. Thanks for putting that out there, Miss Flipper. Batgirl is laughing, sending love to Jace. Jace says, Batgirl, hiya. Miss Flipper says, hey, Jace. The weird thing with this crew, and if you're here hanging out, you're part of the crew, is like some of you guys I've only known for maybe a month, right? Some even less. And yet you feel like I've known you guys forever. Deb says, yes, and a Pisces doesn't help. I have to forgive 10 or 20 times a day. It's hard. Love you, Miss Flipper, and thanks for the bill. You're welcome. Yep, this is why I advocate forgiveness is 24/7. It's a practice. It's never a one and done deal. And again, it's a practice that leads to peace of mind. It leads to awakening. It is not about extending a courtesy to someone else. It is about, I want to awaken. I want to be free. I don't want to be tied emotionally, spiritually to someone that I perceive to be a certain way. I want to be free. Jason sending love to Miss Flipper and Debs. Debs sends some love back to Jace. Anna says, I'm sending you good vibes too, New York Debs. Thank you, Anna. Anna is a truly sweet person. And think of the gifts we bring each other channel wise. I never would have met Anna without Jace. So many people from the burpee community, from the Yoga with Goga community, from the fishing community. Sweating and smiling. How are they 2 pumps coming along? I saw you this morning for a bit. Miss Pippa says, I actually crossed my street this morning, remembering to forgive. Anna says, thank you, Yogi. Thank you, my friend. I'm happy to say it is almost getting continuous with me. It is almost 24/7. It is almost in my sleep. And a lot of people are like, well, man, doesn't that bog you down? You're going through life saying, I forgive you, I forgive you. It's not like that. It's just seeing, continuously seeing the truth within the other. It doesn't mean I don't get annoyed. It doesn't mean I'm still not stuck on form. But when I find myself stuck on form, I remember it's never about form. It's about content. It's about what is just beneath that surface, the truth of who you are. And guess what? I want to see the truth of who I am. The only way I can ever see that is by recognizing it within you. Diving in deep. Deb says, thank you. Thank you, Anna. This is again why lesson 193 of the course says, forgive and this will disappear. So, again, I do once more want to reiterate the forgiveness that I talk about here is based upon Course in Miracles as well as yogic psychology. So others may come and say, nope, this is what I think forgiveness is. And that's awesome. If it works for you, I'm glad, I'm happy. But this is a very specific forgiveness that again isn't bestowed upon another. It is about awakening and awakening the world. But we got to do it first. Skid says, Eric Bro, he's the only basement yogi I know. I like that. Eric Bro, I got to learn how to rap it. It's not going to happen today, guys. Sweater Smile says, today was better than yesterday. Good. Tomorrow will be even better, and then it's going to suck again on Monday when you have to do 3 pumps. Sorry to give you that bad news, but you know what? You already knew it. You know what's coming. Eric Lapointe has been through it once, and he willingly stepped in to do it again. Solidarity with sweating and smiling. Solidarity should be Eric Lapointe's middle name. Eric Solidarity Lapointe. It sounds almost French, right? Solidarity. We could French it up a little bit. Let's see. Who do we got? Jace is waving at sweating. What's up with you, Jace? What's up with the reps? You got a session coming up? Deb says, yes, today is a better day. Maybe the planets aligned helped us in some way. No doubt. No doubt. So I think Skits is dropping a song soon. Today. We got that to look forward to. Hopefully we're going to see Jace getting some reps in. Sweating and Smiling got their reps in earlier. Solidarity. You know what? I never doubt Miss Flipper's brilliance, but I'm still sometimes taken aback by it. I'm still sometimes completely floored. Solidarity. Skid says, hey Jace bro, hey Batgirl. Skid says, yeah, I'm just finishing the video for it now. Let's go. Make sure you drop the link. I'm going to be live for about 18 more minutes. Just going to get in an hour, and then I'll be back later. Although I am very much enjoying our conversation. Sweat and Smiling says, LP is the man. Yeah, he is. He's definitely been with me every step of the way. Just says, Praveen Zena is Belgian. Malino's brother. Praveen says, yes, Zena, she was so cute. Thanks, Jay, sir. And I send some love to Zena. You gotta send love to Zena. So I'm gonna give a snippet of a Rumi poem. Almost everyone sort of knows this part. This is the whole section of the poem. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. The first part, the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing. Beyond that is a field. That field is forgiveness. Or how we get to that field is forgiveness, however you want to phrase it. The ego says right doing, wrong doing, this and that. The ego says each other. However, forgiveness, love, God, the Holy Spirit, Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. They're all concepts. Forgiveness leads us into the realm beyond conceptual understanding. It's just pure awareness that accepts and accepts and accepts. Now, attention can be focused. It can be given. I'm aware right now everything in this room. I'm also aware of everything outside of this room. I'm also just aware, not of anything specific, just aware. Now I bring my attention, which is focused awareness, upon this notebook, upon my thumb, upon these glasses, upon you. Attention can be a great, great gift of awareness. However, it is not exclusively awareness itself. Awareness is all encompassing. Awareness is love. There's no borders. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field, pure awareness. When we forgive, we are saying, I am aware of you, of who you really are. All you need is love. Absolutely. What's up there,
Hey,
Jace?
man. I thought this would be a good place to hang out.
It is. It's a nice setup. That's the first I've seen it as set up like that.
Yes, obviously you get a good clear picture of it. Do you want to see the one finger pull-ups?
Yep.
I'll do a couple of those now. So I used to be strong enough grip strength to do most of the fingers. I'm stuck with the middle fingers now. But as you'll see, that's just one finger on each hand. That's just one digit each hand. And
Awesome.
there's your finger pull-ups. Happy Friday, people. Obviously, it's also the end of the month.
Hey, Specs.
Planetary alignment. Lots of things are going to change. The weather. Obviously, the clocks will change for us next month. So
Yep.
the season's obviously getting to that point where it gets warmer, gets lighter, and everybody gets a little bit more energy. I'm certainly enjoying feeling the sun hitting your skin. It's a little bit of a boost. I will be going live in a little while. I think I'll do a couple of 102 pumps. I think I'll do some core. I might do some legs as well.
Miss Blipper says, impressive when Jace gives the finger.
Power fingers. We call them power fingers.
Power
Do you remember
fingers?
your little exercises that I taught you?
I do remember when I see them.
Can you still do it?
Probably not.
Come on, let's have a go. Let's try your burpee. Let's try your finger burpees. One for one. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. He's mastered it. Now let the brain do its own thing. There you have it. You've mastered the finger burpees. Praveen, brother. Obviously, it was something I thought about. The song. It is going to bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. Hopefully, if we can all share the song out, we can get it to go a little bit viral. And obviously, that brings a lot of traffic then back to yoga, which is what it's all about. A little bit of fun, a little bit of calmness, a little bit of work together, and we build something big and strong. The unity in the community, as always, it's there. Everybody's showing the love. Everybody understands each other. Everybody looks out for each other. It's such a good blessing. It's such a special thing. Right then, without much further ado, I think if it's possible, and Zena doesn't get too much in the way, we'll actually try taking my shoes off for 2 seconds. No way, buddy. Come on. Come on. Whilst I'm like this, I'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi, woo. Yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi time, yogi time, yogi, yogi, yogi time, yogi, yogi, woo, woo. I would do the second verse. It's hard work.
It is hard work.
Just a little bit of a difference, a variation on it. But yes, there you go. Happy Friday. Much love, much kindness.
Much love to you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. That's an original composition from our friend Jace. The, the Yogi song. Let me dive in at the top here. Spec says, "Morning, everyone. I'm going to just little and listen if that's okay today. Absolutely. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Always okay." Marie says, "Oh, look, Jace comes as soon as I get in here." Our friend Jace. Let's see. Just Marie says, "I mastered this weird finger movement too." I have not mastered it. I was faking it the whole time, guys. I was just moving my fingers. Marie says, "Jace, we want a move for the Mooing Cow group." Marie says, "What is happening?" We got some love from Praveen. And it says, "Thank you so much for everything you do." And sure, Yogi and Jace, you're welcome, my friend. And thank you. Thank you for being part of it. We are all sharing important stuff, each and every single one of us. You guys are given, like I said, I'll be about 10 more minutes, an hour. You guys shared your attention with me. I don't take that lightly. And I am fully appreciative because I know you don't have to. It just is 1,000 other things, 10,000 other things that you could be doing right now. And the fact that you chose just to give me a little bit of time in your morning or your afternoon, or for some of you in your evening, as it is with our friend Praveen, it's amazing that you would just do that for me. Marie says, "I overslept by 6 hours straight." That's a lot of oversleeping, but you probably need it. Marie says, "Should I post more shorts since I slacked off yesterday and posted only one?" Yes. Yes, you should. As same thing that Spec says. Yes, Marie. Just give me 1 second. So Skits has his song up, guys. Yes, it is. Skits. I just looked at it. It is okay. I don't want to give away Skits' song, but make sure you check it out. The ever talented Skits. He says, "Can you play it, Yogi?" I don't think it's quite up yet. He sent me something that he wanted to post in his song. Hey, Skits, you never ever have to ask me. You got free use to everything. Song ahead says, "Just Marie making shorts in her basement." I like that. And it is really funny. Let's see. Skits says, "Thank you, Eric Brother. I will TAH you." And it says, "Thank you, Miss Flipper. Happy Friday to you too." Sniper says, "Home at last. Boots coming off. Job done. Done for the day. Job done for the day." I'm glad it's done, Sniper, and you can kick back and relax a bit. Let's see. Marie says, "Just Marie making shorts in her basement. Doesn't happen much, but I like playing Genshin. It is Genshin, right? Or is it Genshin? Impact in my basement. Tag. Gotcha. I will tag you too. The boots are off for Squirrel Sniper. Miss Flipper gives us the emoji story. Trending says background. Thank you, Trending. Let's see. Jace says Specs. Hiya, Joe. Great shorts you doing. Did I miss Joe? Oh, I did not miss Joe. I immediately went to, because I always think of Specs as Specs, although I do know her name. But I think of Joe as Joe Delaney because I'm so used to saying Joe Delaney. We're going to talk for about 4 more minutes, guys. I appreciate you listening to me talk incessantly about forgiveness and yoga and the breath work and all that stuff. I hope that maybe some of it resonates a bit. Remember, when I do talk about forgiveness, forgiveness is radical forgiveness. It is not your mama and daddy's forgiveness. It's not your grandpappy's forgiveness. If you had a grandpappy, some people have granddads. I had a grandpa. Sniper says finishing it off Sunday, 23 of 29 conifers. Enough for one day. Well, I would imagine. Woodland tomorrow, so maybe a live stream carbon session around 8 a.m. Eric. Awesome. I'll be on the lookout for it. Brian says, so guys, thanks for showing up on my live. It stopped because my internet got to later figure that out. I'm sorry I missed it, Brian. I was there for yesterday, so. Zipper says, greeting Brian. Jason says, Brian, bro, clean reps, as always. That's what happens when you have that much power. You just, and it's not like he powers through. It's just that he has so much power, it makes everything he does look effortless. Forgiveness from illusions. Yes. I'm going to once again mention, I think, my favorite that forgiveness is giving up all hope of a happier past, of a better past. Because it just sums it up so nicely. Steffi says, Eric, have you ever read the Greek translation of the Old Testament called the Septuagint? I have not, but it's interesting though. Of course, even the Greek was slightly mistranslated from Aramaic. Most specifically, sin. And imagine this, that we have based our entire notion of sin, of being sinful, of living in a sin-filled world, on a mistranslation. Mistranslation. It's not what, biblically speaking, it actually meant. Sin meaning to miss the mark. Who hasn't missed the mark? Who hasn't let someone off the hook for missing the mark? Who hasn't been left off the hook for missing the mark? It's not that big of a deal. Every sin is missing the mark. Marie says, I saw Selma in Puppy Mommy's live last night before my dad told me to sleep because it was really late. Spec says, had a Squirrel Sniper. Jace says, Brian, the pop-up is crazy. He just moved the wrists and back to the feet so smooth. Yeah, that's what I mean by that power. Of course, if you ever see Brian bench press, you know how truly strong he is. Because he benches a ton without even benching all the time. Brian says, yesterday had similar problems just because I like training outside and internet like to fade. And the internet on my phone isn't strong enough for lives either. It's weird. Maybe it says awesome live stream, sir. Total 9 ads popped up. Oh, nice. Thank you for watching. Aggressive mode is not working properly. Yeah, I wonder why. Where he says, anyway, I schedule my live. Brian says that's why he's mainly sticking to video, regular videos. Brian says everyone's having a great day. He says, but you're never late, Eric. Maybe a little bit. Praveed says, correction in my last awesome live, sir. Total 9 ads popped up. Aggressive mode is now working properly. Gotcha. That I'm happy to hear. So soon I'm going to talk about my own shift in training. You know, I was training exclusively for kettlebell sport long cycle events. As of today, I switched to what's called the triathlon event, which is kettlebell long cycle, kettlebell jerk, kettlebell snatches, 3 events in one. And the goal, there's different ways of doing it. The traditional is 3 minutes of long cycle, which is clean and jerk, 3 minutes of straight jerk, and 4 minutes with one hand switch in the middle of one arm snatch. And then there's the 5-5-5, where you do 5 of each, minimum rest. And then there our own kettlebell holy grail. So I will be shooting for my own holy grail, which is all 3 of those events for 10 minutes each, minimal rest. Although technically you can take as long as you do it in a day, you're getting it done. It says hi, specs appeal. And Marie says, I will have a stream at 2:05, 20 minutes before your Yogi Live. All right, I'll be on lookout for you, Marie. It's been a while since I've seen your live stream. Guys, we are going to head out. Jason's going to be up doing his reps soon. Jason says, I never realized how many variations there were with kettlebells, even tossing and catching. Yep. Here's the amazing thing. I learned how to do kettlebells 2002, what was called hard style from Pavel Tsatsouline, Russian. And it was a lot of big power movements, presses, hard style snatches where you're doing with maximum force. And then one of his top trainers went to Russia and learned how the masters train, those who compete in kettlebell sport. And it was an eye opener, the immense power and endurance you get from doing those high repetition sets. And I switched and I got certified twice over, becoming a master coach for Valery Fedorenko's Worldwide Kettlebell Club and American Kettlebell Club. And that's what I've basically been doing ever since, with little sideways into doing, you know, the other stuff, Turkish get-ups, swings, stuff like that. But I love kettlebell sport. It's the most brutal thing I've ever competed in and trained for, bar none, including ultra running, including powerlifting, Olympic lifting. It will be 5:05. Oh, so 5:05 means I will not have been live yet. So I will see you before I go live. And when I do go live, I'll make sure to send people over, hang out with Marie. Jay says, would you do training on the members channel? That's a good question. I hadn't considered that. Let me consider it. I don't see why I wouldn't. It can be a little difficult, you know, with form via video, but not impossible. Marie says, well, I'll probably stay live until 2:30 so I can visit Yogi, or I might stay shorter. Well, stay as long as you're having fun, because you know where I'll be, and I'll be hanging out for a bit. He says, "Let me call you after for a 2-minute chat." Absolutely. So let's wrap things up now, so that I can talk to Jace, and so Jace can get his reps in, and so that we can visit other people. I want to see our friend Skits' video, his music video. Guys, I will see you in about 3 hours. Come on by, hang out. We'll do some breath work this evening. We're going to keep talking over and over and over again about forgiveness and about kindness and the reason why. We don't really need a reason, but it's still good to talk about. Let's see. Jay says Jacob and Leo and Dan are live too. All right, we got Jacob's been live for a while. Got 3 more people to visit. I hope to see you guys over in Jacob and Leo and Dan's and in Jace's. And when Marie goes live. Beck says bye, Jace. Jace says bye, Praveen. Bye, Praveen, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out. With that, guys, thank you again. I will see y'all later.